He got the rock. Welcome to A Great Depression, a podcast for every mall rat, Jansport, backpack, emo kid struggling with the boredoms of everyday adult life. Zachary, Quinto, PGH.
See what you did there.
Yeah.
Can I can't do it.
Quinto.
He was the guy that played Spock, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just hit the music.
Live long and prosper. We are broadcasting today from the Union Fitness Studios located on the north shore of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Union Fitness is more than a traditional gym. It's a place where you can transform yourself inside and out based around a variety of classes like fitness, yoga, strength, and performance training. At Union Fitness, they believe it is their duty to hold themselves and their clients to a higher standard. They practice what they preach and uphold the values that make Union Fitness the community that it is. Go to unionfitness.com today and sign up for a consultation. Through Union, there is... strength. That was a big flex. I did a big flex for those of you listening.
Flex.
And now my arm hurts like a fucking pigeon. I know. It's not great.
Like a pigeon.
Today on A Great Depression, we have the newest, hottest game show, Answer the Internet.
Wah, wah, wah.
So we, because we got a lot of shit going on with our personal lives and Thoughts from the Bench stuff, we kind of needed not a easy episode because I think this will be right up everybody's alley, but an episode that had less prep, we'll say. So we are using Barstool's Answer the Internet app, which is a fun game you can play with your friends. It's kind of like Ellen's Heads Up app, The Tyrant.
Yeah.
Where, you make somebody guess who they are or whatever.
Who would have thought Dave Portnoy less of a tyrant than Ellen DeGeneres?
I don't know about less of a tyrant or just openly a tyrant versus Ellen DeGeneres trying not to look like a tyrant.
True.
You know what I mean? Like, Portnoy calls his people like the R word and stuff, like, to their face. So
I knew Ellen was no good once I started seeing she had slot machines. I was like, I'm on to you, bitch. I know what's going on.
I mean, she is a mogul in a lot of ways.
She is.
So, all right. So basically, Answer the Internet. I have like a fuck ton of questions, and I'm gonna ask them to you first for first answer, and then I'll answer.
Okay. Cool.
Barring that your answer is not just so fucking perfect, it does not need a second answer. Which
see what we can do here.
Kind of what I'm anticipating. All right.
Hey.
Are you ready?
I am.
Fuck, marry, kill.
Okay.
And you don't actually have to fuck, marry, or kill this stuff, but the equivalent. Italian food, Mexican food, or Chinese food? This is tough. Talk it out with the crowd. Talk it out. We are a podcast first and foremost.
That's true. That's true. My doesn't do much for the people. Let's see here. I am going to kill Mexican food.
Really? Although, you know what? You never eat El Burro with me now that I'm thinking about it.
Well, so here's the deal.
Yeah.
Mexican food involves a lot of different foods.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's probably the most diverse of the three.
Yeah, but how often do I go out of my wheelhouse of like nachos, tacos, or burritos? Like, I'm sure I'm only, touching like 5%,
Yeah.
a little elotes, that's good and shit, but I could just have corn
Right.
without stuff.
Okay. So, killing Mexican food, marry or fuck left.
Oh. I'm fucking Chinese food and I'm marrying Italian food.
Okay.
Big pasta guy.
Big pasta guy. And I think... Go ahead.
But, like, I fucking hate cannolis. There's something just... I had a cannoli once.
Well,
and I got,
when
like,
you
food
marry somebody,
poisoning.
it's inevitable that you'll hate your significant other's, somebody in their family, so...
Yeah, I don't...
The cannoli is the Uncle Steve, if you will.
Yeah, I just can't imagine not having, like, fucking pasta, like, ever again.
I'm in spite of the fact that I'm sure most of you would imagine I would take Italian to marry because of the pizza aspect, I'm marry Mexican food every fucking day.
See, this was more difficult. You know, we said this was going to be an easy episode already.
It was easy in the prep, not
is...
easy in the discussion.
Fuck. Yeah, I mean, it's too late now. I said my piece.
Yeah. So I am a Mexican food lover. Anastasia laughs at me. There was one day, genuinely, without trying, just unconsciously, I ate a burrito for all 3 meals. I had a breakfast burrito. I had Chipotle for lunch, and then I had El Burro for dinner.
So, I've probably shaved like 10 years off my life with the amount of modes I've had.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm gonna take solace in the fact that like I'm killing Mexican food, but me and Mexican food have had a fucking hell of a run.
You guys are good.
Yeah.
You guys are good. You know, one of you had to go and you're like, sorry, and it's like, it's all right, bro.
I'm killing Mexican food in the regard that like we were in the trenches together in like World War I.
Right.
My dude just took like a shell to the face, but he didn't die.
Yeah. And
so I'm like, I love you, buddy. So I have to do this.
What's your quality of life, Mexican food?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's your quality of life? I do have this question. Is Chinese food, does sushi count? Because technically it's Japanese.
I mean,
are we just saying all Eastern Asian foods?
I think we have to.
Okay, then I'm gonna kill Italian food and fuck Chinese food as well.
Yeah, that's fair.
There's nothing better than that. Let's just order Chinese feeling.
Yeah,
and then you're like fucking what's the acronym that's real bad for you that's in there?
MSG.
You're just MSG'd to oblivion, sinking into your couch watching Game of Thrones for the 15th time.
MSG turns real MS-13 on you real quick.
Yeah. What TV character most represents you?
Let's see here.
And I think recency bias, like whatever you're watching now, is obviously going to slip into this equation pretty heavily, but
I would say it's a toss off, you know. I mean, I'm a huge pussy, you know. So the menacing factor. Actually, no, I'm just projecting. I wish I was Tony Soprano. I'm not anymore. No. I would
Except
say
for the track jacket you have on today.
Well, I mean, like probably the most appropriate answer would be like Carl Weezer or like slamming Sammy Deller from Rocket Power.
Oh my god! As far as physical appearance, absolutely.
I owe myself more than that.
Yeah. Squid was pretty cool.
I don't remember which one Squid was.
In Rocket Power.
That was his nickname. Yeah,
Squid.
I'm going to go Russ Cole from True Detective, Matthew McConaughey's character.
All right.
Where, like, I'll be talking, like, and I'll just be like, yeah, you know, like, I don't really even think there's a point in going on. Like, the Earth is pretty much fucked. Like, we're just ruined. And someone would be like, can you just shut the fuck up?
Yeah, emotionally, I think you're right there.
Yeah.
I'm binge watching New Girl.
For the what time?
Oh, man. At least fifth.
Yeah.
At least fifth. Well, they took Office off of Netflix.
What Office character would you be?
I'm Dwight.
Yeah.
I am play by the rules. Everybody follow what I say. Don't fucking cross me like that. Yeah. I think we all like to think that we're Pam or Jim or, you know, Creed. But we're not.
I'd love to be Creed.
Yeah. It's you or Boyd are the closest to Creed at Thoughts from the Bench.
It's Boyd.
It's probably Boyd, though.
It's
He's
Boyd.
just a recluse that occasionally shows up covered in blood.
Yeah.
On
like
Halloween.
if Boyd would have showed up yesterday with like a huge like terrorist beard and just played all the faces like on an acoustic guitar and like killed it, I would have been like,
yeah,
this is on par with what I would expect.
But in my rewatch of New Girl, I love Schmidt. Schmidt's my guy, but I think my wife laid it out for me the best. She's like, you love Schmidt, but you're Nick.
Yeah. I think we all want to be Schmidt, but we're all Nick.
We're all Nick. Which makes sense, though, because, like, they're best friends. You know what I mean? So, like, it would make a lot of sense that I love Schmidt, but I am Nick.
Or a little bit of both. Maybe more Nick.
Yeah, more Nick. And then my other easy comp is Andy Dwyer from Parks and Rec.
I thought you were going to say Andy Bernard.
No. Well,
hey.
Nard Dog. No, but like as far as my relationship goes, that is, our friends will tell you that somebody was watching us when they wrote those two characters, because that is just a big happy fat guy and a odd, delightfully odd, quiet woman. So
Hey.
yeah. Oh, here. Okay, so this one was specifically for you. I saw this and I was like, oh, we got to grab this.
Oh God.
Which reality show could you win?
So I don't know that I would win this one, but it's what I'm watching the most currently, and I'll think more as I'm talking on this one which one I think I could win. But there's a reality show on Netflix called The Circle.
Yes.
Have you watched
It's social media, right? So they
Yes.
only talk to each other through social media.
Yes.
And they're allowed to alter their images, catfish, do
being
all
a-
that kind of
yeah.
stuff. So that's what you're going with.
I don't know that I don't. Maybe. I think
Let's
I
do
could.
this.
I
Let's
think
do
I could
this.
probably pull it off.
Okay, let's do one you want to play and one you think you could win.
Okay. I would want to play The Circle because I think it's like very interesting.
Yeah.
And like if Black Mirror was a reality show, it's The Circle.
Right.
In terms of what I think I could win, I always wanted to do The Amazing Race, but I know I would
Right.
lose like first because I'm too like commanding. Like I wouldn't be a good partner for The Amazing
Okay.
Race. Fuck. Well, I'm drawing like a blank on reality shows.
Do you want me to pull up a list?
Yeah, because I know there's like a sleeper one from like the early days that I'm missing.
Okay. So, Big Brother,
I've never watched Big Brother.
Love is Blind, Survivor, Too Hot to Handle.
Hey.
There's The Circle, Alone. There's like Naked and Afraid, Love Island. Then there's like Iron Chef, all that
Yeah.
shit. I don't think either of us can tattoo, so Ink Masters is not gonna be our fucking thing.
Maybe Project Runway.
Project
Yeah.
Runway would be cool. Top Model, The Masked Singer.
Oh fuck it! No, I'm changing my answer.
Okay.
I think I might be able to win The Circle because like I'm conniving and there's no physical activities. I don't have to be a fat schmo if I don't want to, but fat schmos are kind of charming. Seth Rogen. If I could be on a reality show, this would involve like other shit, but I would want to be on like the Inferno, like TJ Lavin, the Inferno, like Road Rules versus Real World.
Oh yeah.
That show was the
Yeah.
Yeah.
So wait, would you be Road Rules or would you be Real World?
I'd say the Real World.
You're a Real
I never
World
saw
guy.
I never saw Road Rules.
Yeah, you're a Real World guy for
Yeah.
sure. For me, and I have pissed off gay Twitter more times than I care to count because of this show, I would dummy RuPaul's Drag Race. I
Yeah?
would destroy RuPaul's Drag Race. Drag
Really?
Race, yes. Absolutely. The things that they're not willing to do, I'm willing to do.
What aren't they willing to do?
They have to work kind of. And they're just like, no, I'm a drag queen. Like, I just show up and lip sync and I look cool. It's like, no. Like, you got to put some content. You got to put some thought. You can't just
Right.
be like the people who have been the most successful. Like, Vendela Creme is one of the all-time fucking like studs. She won every single week of an all-star competition and then quit.
That's
like
Steve.
she went 6 weeks in a row, dummied every competition, and she's like, I'm done here.
Why? Why'd you quit?
She wanted to go home. So she had a really tough time the first time she was on Drag Race as an actual just normal contestant. And then when they did the All-Stars version, they brought her back and she's like, this just isn't for me anymore. Like, I'm a completely different person. Like,
Right.
I hate all the shit that's going on behind the scenes. Like, I don't want to deal with it. So she just left.
So you could win that one.
So I would win on a number of different categories. First off, talent alone. Like, I think I could do what a drag queen does as far as personality, lip syncing, dancing. Like, I do all that shit in my kitchen on a regular basis, and like all my friends laugh at it. But like,
Yeah.
I could handle that. The sewing, I'm a decent sewer.
With a sewing machine or by hand?
Both.
Okay.
So like I'm not afraid of those challenges, and that's always what trips up a lot of these drag queens is when they don't have, like, you can't just use something they've already have in their closet. They have to build something.
Right.
I'm there for it. Concept and character design, I will dummy most of them, other than like Alaska Thunderfuck and Detox. And then the last crucial part is being the only straight competitor to ever do RuPaul's Drag Race will fuck with them so bad. It would derail. Like they'd be gunning for me, and when people gun for people, they're not paying attention to their own shit, and then they trip up.
Do you think they'd even let you do it as like a straight person?
No.
Or would it be like culture vulture? Like,
well, you know what? I don't know. There's never been a straight competitor in the actual show. But they've done celebrity guest appearances with straight people. Like RuPaul's Celebrity Drag Race has done it. But I think it would be interesting to throw a straight person into it, because I think it would. There's a cock in the hen house, for lack of a better term, and I think it would really fuck with people. Or there's a hen in the cock house. I don't know. I think it would fuck with them though. I think there would be a couple of them that would be cool with it, but I think there would be a lot of them that would get really upset.
Right.
And that would derail them.
What reality show would you want to be on?
Oh, Fear Factor.
That's a solid one.
Just like the iconic nature of it, the like, I don't know, like the challenges. I'm always like, I would see some and I'd be like, oh, easy.
Yeah.
And then other ones I'm like, no. Like I couldn't eat. I don't think I'd be able to eat anything bull testicle or something like that. But like a lot of the stuff with like cockroaches and snakes and shit, like
I'm out.
I think anything but snakes I could do.
No.
Just about anything but snakes.
Well, they would ask you that, and then they'd
right,
be like,
and then there would be a snake challenge.
Snakes.
But
what is your favorite non-competition reality show?
Jersey Shore.
Nice.
I mean, another one that would have been fun to be on is Next.
Oh,
for an old school one.
Room Raiders.
I don't want to be on Room Raiders. My room's disgusting.
Yeah.
Not cum stain disgusting, just disgusting.
It would have been cool to like insert like to be one of the dudes that was on like Viva La Bam. That would have been fucking.
Is that a reality show?
Depends, I guess.
Okay, well then that's the answer.
Yeah.
I mean, that's obviously the answer is Viva La Bam.
I was also a big fan of Hardcore Pawn on True TV.
No, man.
If you've never seen it.
Okay, I would also Orange County Choppers.
Oh.
I would have loved to be on Orange County Choppers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
yeah. Okay.
Like even just like not just because, Pauly and Pauly Jr. and throwing chairs and shit, but like the legitimate like craft that they took in building those bikes, and they all were beautiful and they were so cool. Like my brother and I used to try to make bikes out of cardboard and shit while we'd watch that show.
Yeah.
Crew to work on as like my background, Deadliest Catch.
Oh,
that's some high stakes shit.
I want you, just hear me out.
Yeah.
I want you to watch the documentary Seaspiracy on Netflix and come back to me. So you might be thinking this is Zach, on some like vegan-esque, bullshit. Maybe the most like thought-provoking shit I've ever seen.
About what are we talking about? Overfishing the oceans? Or are we talking about the risk those people put their lives in just to do it?
So the risk is, the risk is
on what?
Yeah,
it's so crazy.
The most dangerous job in the world.
That and ice road truckers.
Yeah, but so it's like something about like through fishing, every day 4 million sharks are killed.
Oh,
every
wild.
day. And then, you always hear this thing about there's plastics in the ocean. Well, 50%. I think it's like 50% of the plastics in the ocean are from like discarded fishing nets that they just leave in the fucking ocean and shit. But the number one advocate for cleaning up the oceans, its parent company also owns the largest commercial fish. It's very seedy. And so like there's inspectors that have to go out to make sure you're doing things and you're not catching dolphins and shit. They just get murdered sometimes. And so this guy's interviewing this guy. He's like, well, how can you put a guarantee on every can that there's no dolphins? He's like, we can't. We just put it on the can anyway. Like, how could we ever possibly?
So wait, they catch dolphins sometimes on accident?
Yeah. Well,
Or
they
on
just
purpose?
have huge fucking nets. You know.
So you might get a dolphin.
Yeah, and it just gets fucking yerped into your shit.
Yeah, because they just like dump it all into a thing immediately.
Yeah. Also, like huge like slavery issues with like commercial fishing vessels, where you know it's these like coastal towns in these like sketchy countries
Yeah.
and shit, and like dude will be at the bar and he'll meet a guy and they get drunk and he wakes up on like a fishing boat and then just never goes home for like years. Like it's fucking. It
Wow.
was very very crazy.
That is wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would see. I knew that this would just be a great
Yeah.
way to drive our. You're getting all sorts of good AGD shit out of us.
Also, if I could be any reality TV person,
Yeah.
Barry Weiss from Storage Wars. I am Barry
The way
Weiss.
you rolled onto set for the cornhole thing was Barry Weiss-esque. Like everyone's like, "Who's that guy? Oh shit, he's gonna kick our shit in."
Yeah.
Yeah. If you could be a ghost and haunt one person, who would it be?
Hillary Clinton. Just because I mean, hear me out though. It is theoretically possible that she is a lovely woman.
Oh shit.
And I will say that I was not a fan of Hillary Clinton for like years and years, where I was just like, I'm not a fan. Like I just don't like her. But I don't like plenty of people. But the ghost thing is just like in the regard of like to be a fly on the wall, just to hear the conversations, just to have like a little more insight as to like, you know, what her and Bill fucking talk about. I want to know.
Hillary.
And if I gotta fucking yeet myself and become a ghost to find out.
You know how like they say ghosts stick around because there's unfinished business, and your unfinished business is to find out what Hillary's doing wrong.
I was like, what happened in Benghazi? And I start shaking the cabinets and shit.
Oh my god.
Who you hunting?
Dude, I don't have a good answer for this one. I don't. Like, I would, you know, the cheesy, like, I want ghosts, but with my wife. You know what I mean? I'm swayzing her. building a base. You know, Whoopi's fucking her for me. I guess if I had to pick, it'd be my brother. Because, like, I just
Did you not hurt him enough yesterday?
I want to fuck with him. I just love fucking with him so much.
I think you're already haunting him and you're not even dead.
I know. It's so we can kind of start to talk about this. So there's a new podcast coming with Zach, my brother, and Steph called Crimes and Cold Ones. And he showed up for our cornhole content tournament last weekend or this past weekend. And so like he's really starting to become part of the fold.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm all about it because he's a hilarious dude.
He's a hilarious
He's
man.
a sweetheart of a guy and just like always down for whatever. And like there's certain people when you add them to the gang or to the group that only just elevate the good times. He's a good time elevator every time.
Yes.
But like I live rent free in his brain because all through high school he heard, "Oh, you're Josh's brother." And so like he finally like broke out of that shell and now like we make the joke that a lot of, you know, times I hear, "Oh, you're Jeremiah's brother," from like different people. But now coming back to TFTB, I'm sure it is just like fucking PTSD in there. Like it's Nam all over again. like, oh, look, bigger Josh is here. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think already 90% of the staff prefers him to me. So
Hey.
there it is. Are you a pet guy?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I know you had a cat, but I wasn't sure if you were a big pet guy. All right. What fictional pet animal would you want to be your pet?
Ooh.
So they have to be a pet already. We can't just like pick like Simba. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Like
yeah.
it needs to be a pet already.
Fictional pet. Dude, fucking. I think this classifies as a pet.
Okay.
And we can work it out if not.
Yeah.
But fucking Pegasus.
Oh, Pegasus is a companion.
Yeah.
For sure.
Does that count?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I mean it's a fucking winged horse.
Yeah, it's a winged horse. Yeah. Yeah. You're thinking so far outside of my little. You have galaxy brain right now.
What were you thinking? Like
I was like
Santa's Little Helper?
Rufus
Who the fuck's Rufus?
from Kim Impossible, or Kim Possible.
the Naked Mole Rat?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. He's fucking cool.
Are there any like cool talking pets?
I mean, talking pets. Like, does Meowth count? Actually, give me Pikachu.
Oh.
Give me Pikachu in a landslide. Or Squirtle. But Ash's Squirtle, I want Squirtle Squad Squirtle. With the sunglasses. I want the cool one.
Okay, so let's okay.
Yeah,
Pick
I'm
a
doing
non-Pokemon. And
Oh, I
then
was gonna say I'm hands down. I'm picking a Pokemon every time.
Well, no, pick a non-Pokemon, and then we'll
Non-Pokemon.
pick a Pokemon pet for each of us.
Okay. I mean, Rufus is so cool.
Yeah.
Like, and he can do like weird shit that like,
Oh, I'm changing mine.
because like you can talk to him and he
Yeah.
understands. So like, I
Yeah.
think Rufus. Yeah.
Okay, I'm changing. Pegasus is cool and all, but
Yeah.
I don't have room for a fucking horse. Let's be realistic. I
Yeah,
live in an
sure.
apartment. I'm taking Wishbone.
Wishbone's a good one.
I'd be like, hey, Wishbone, you want to do the Odyssey? And I'll be like, give me
Arr?
a second, and then I'll come back in like a gladiator outfit and shit. And I'll be like, yeah,
He waddles away.
yeah, yeah, Wishbone.
Wishbone would have been cooler if he was a corgi. That would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
Little Tom Sawyer Wishbone would have been fucking adorable with his big ass.
All cheeked up on a Thursday. So, Pikachu or Squirtle? Squirtle Squad Squirtle?
So my favorite Pokemon is Bulbasaur. And Ash's
Yeah.
Bulbasaur is pretty loyal. It's like a dog in a lot of ways where it's like protects you. But Brody is essentially Pikachu already. He's like grumpy. He likes apples. Like he's essentially Pikachu already. And like, you know, so I guess I'll go Pikachu.
That's a solid pick.
Yeah.
I would go with. Do I have to like take size into account?
No.
Dragonite. Dragonite looks like just like a cuddly motherfucker.
Yeah. And are you a big water guy?
I mean, and
In spurts?
I guess, yeah.
Like, you ever do the float down the river?
No.
So, like, you just, like, go out to the Yacht or whatever, and, like, there's all these boat rental places, and they'll rent you giant inner tube, and you just float down the river for, like, a couple hours, and you just get hammered.
They pull you, or are you just free floating?
You're free floating. The current is strong enough that it pulls you, but not so fast that it's, like, white water.
Where does it take you?
Back to, so, like, they ride you upriver in a bus,
Okay.
dump you in, and then you float back
I was
to
like, that
to
sounds
base.
irresponsible.
It is
Like,
irresponsible.
what
It's
the
great.
fuck? Okay, yeah.
But floating on Dragonite,
Ooh.
just getting hammered. Like, he's laying on his back, you're like laying on his belly, like slamming cold ones.
If
Fucking sign me up.
he has like little wings though, so I don't think he can
Yeah.
cover me with his wings.
No.
He's got like fucking
He carries Ash at one point though,
yeah.
and then you can always ride on his neck.
No,
Yeah,
he's got a good neck,
thick neck.
thick neck.
All right, Dragonite. That's a good one. Would you rather have an outie belly button or an uncircumcised dick? We're about to learn about Zach today and Josh.
Outie belly button.
Outie belly button. You don't want
Yeah.
to clean that fucking thing.
Well, just like I never take my shirt off. I'm like 50 pounds overweight. So no one would know.
Apparently, if you have an uncircumcised dick, your dick is like 70 times more sensitive.
Really?
Yeah. So sex is better.
So this is like no. I don't even know what this means, but like one of my nipples isn't any.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. It's also the same side of my body that my like tumor's on, so like I don't know if it's like
Weird.
yeah. I've always been curious, but not curious enough to get medical advice.
Right,
so,
right.
you know.
Yeah, who cares?
We'll find out one day, I guess.
Right,
you know?
yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I think I'd go with the dick though, the uncircumcised dick.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's fair.
I don't know why. That's just I've always been curious.
Yeah,
Always been curious.
that's fair. I respect that.
Lose taste or lose feeling while having sex?
Lose taste while having sex, or lose
Taste.
Okay.
Lose taste or lose feeling while you're having sex.
I think life would be generally easier if we like didn't have taste.
I would imagine because then it's just texture.
Yeah, because especially doing the vegan thing for a while, falling off of it, and trying to get back into it, and just like constantly like being on the move. Like over the last couple of weeks, I've been like, it would be really cool if like I had never programmed my brain to associate like tastes and happiness, and like food was purely just like
sugar is like what? Who cares?
Yeah. So I've been trying to like do that of like
kale all of a sudden is just as good as anything else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just something to keep you going.
I think I'm with you.
Yeah.
I think the taste is easier. My grandfather couldn't taste for like the last 15 years of his life.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if he fucked still, I would imagine. I don't know.
God willing.
If you were in an open field with an aluminum bat, how many 10-year-olds with bike helmets on could you take down before they overtook you?
Are they coming in waves like zombies?
I would have said
like Call of Duty zombies.
So it does not clarify on Barstool at all. But what I will say is we'll say waves of 10. So how many waves are you going to get through? And
so at that point, if they're just consistent waves of 10, it's going to come down to like me just being tired.
Well, so keep in mind, a 10-year-old is anywhere from like a really big 10-year-old's like 5 feet. A really small 10-year-old's like 4'2", 4'3".
Right.
They won't weigh more than 100 pounds would be my guess.
Mm-hmm. Maybe
a little bit more, maybe. So like that's kind of what you're going with. Now, motor skills are not developed very well. You know what I mean? Like you've never seen a 10-year-old outrun anybody, or you know what I mean? Like physically superior for sure, but it's not like they're like a toddler where you can like throw them. Like you would not be able to throw a 10-year-old. You would have to combat them. And they have helmets on.
I'm not worried about the helmets. Trying to be like realistic and not so much.
Why aren't you worried about the helmet? Because in theory, you're taller than them. So the most direct fire for you is down, where you can bring the most power down, but they have that thing protecting them at that point.
I'm swinging at like a 45-degree angle, I think.
But that's a tougher. So like if we're thinking combat, because we're obviously experienced swordsmen.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
That swing down, okay, diagonally, the follow through is a lot bigger, and it takes longer to reset than to just go bang, 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 like a whack-a-mole.
Well, also, if you hit them on the head, even if they're wearing a helmet, like they're dropping.
Yeah, 10-year-olds are pussies.
Yeah,
for sure. I mean,
I'm 30 years old. Like,
right? You think you're gonna swing it good enough?
Yeah, but I think I'm aiming for the knees.
So you're lowering your center of gravity.
I'll drop myself
already
low and fucking just
in an attempt to try to get some better combat. Okay,
I'm saying at least 80.
80? You're going through 8 waves of 10-year-olds.
I fucking hate kids. I hate kids.
Holy fuck. Okay. Man.
Dress them up in little suits too, so it looks like Kill Bill when
Uma
Thurman fights off the 88
I don't
crazies.
think I could even get through the first wave.
Out of like oh my god, I'm killing kids.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't take that into account.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I I hate kids. But
I don't think I could ever take something's life on purpose, let alone another human.
well,
Yeah.
event sponsored by Planned Parenthood. So
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. All right, this one is another one that I liked for you. If you could fight one person to the death, okay?
Mm-hmm.
If you win, you get their life.
Okay.
Who are you gonna fight to the death? So fight to the death. There's two results. You die, they die.
Mm-hmm.
If you win, you get their life.
In terms of like,
You get it. You're them.
well, this is not my answer.
Billy Shears replacing Paul McCartney after he dies in the car accident. That's what we're assuming.
Paul McCartney's alive.
You did not watch the Idiot Hour episode on the Beatles.
I did not. Okay. So I mean, if I was just looking for acclaim and glory and wanted an easy win, I would have taken Stephen Hawking when he was still alive. I'm the world's foremost scientist now, and I had to do little to no work.
Double divorced Stephen Hawking,
divorced, yeah.
who we decided on an unaired episode is a piece of shit.
Not a great guy. I think I could take Jeff Bezos.
All right, now I need the stats on Jeff Bezos here.
But here's the deal. After I defeat and kill Jeff Bezos, I'm just cashing out on everything.
So he's 57. We're going to assume you fight them now, right?
$194 billion.
Where?
Look at that stupid little face.
I'm like looking for his height and weight, and I don't know that we're going to get that. Jeff Bezos, height and weight.
I would love to fight Martin Short to the death, but he just...
Why do you want to be Martin Short at that point?
I don't. I'm just saying, like, he should have done better in
so
his
he's
life.
5'8", so he's our height.
Oh, he's done for.
And he's $165.
He's done for. He's done for.
Yeah, I bet you could beat up a 57-year-old that's roughly our size.
And 50 pounds lighter than me?
Yeah.
Because first, like, you would think, like, Elon Musk or some shit.
Right.
But, like, Elon Musk, like, probably does
You don't wanna
jujitsu
fuck
with, like,
Elon
Lex
Musk.
Freeman and
No,
Joe Rogan.
Yeah, you don't
know.
want to do Elon Musk.
Yeah,
No,
Jeff
no,
Bezos,
no.
though, I will...
You'll wax Jeff Bezos.
I will almost kill him. I will almost kill him. And then
Oh.
make him watch me kill 80 kids with a baseball bat. And then when I'm done, I'll come out like fucking Donnie Donowitz, the bear Jew, with this fucking baseball bat.
The bear Jew.
And I'll just be like, yeah, here we are.
You know who's probably a pigeon?
Who?
Leo. Leonardo DiCaprio probably cannot actually fight.
But so you kill him, and now you have Leo's life, but you're not Leo.
Right.
Like do you think you let's say this happens.
Yeah.
You kill Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
You think Marty's calling you for roles?
Well, yeah, I'm still Leo.
But you're Josh Elsass.
Yeah.
Like you don't take over his like, you don't inherit his skills, right? You just have his life.
Yeah. You're gonna run Amazon?
No, that's why I said I would kill him and cash out. Yeah.
You cash out.
Yeah, fuck it.
I mean,
give it to the people.
how much of Leo's acting has to do with those piercing blue eyes?
He's a
handsome
actor.
guy.
He's a fine actor.
And he's got the dad bod, but he still fucks like 18-year-old models all the time. Like,
yeah. I mean, what else is there to do at that point?
right? Win an Oscar was the last thing he wanted to do, but he nailed that down. So it's game over.
God damn, he's so
yeah,
good.
I think I'm taking Leo. Taking out Leo.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, because you could just say you're retired from acting.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got money.
Yeah. Oh, you think?
Yeah.
Titanic is still grossing money, so yeah, I think you're probably okay. Okay, this is a good one. If you could pick a 3-person team, 2 of them movie characters, 1 a real person, to join you in a Hunger Games, who would they be?
I have to defeat them, or they're like on my team?
They're on your team, is how I kind of took it.
Okay. One of my movie characters is going to be Maximus from Gladiator.
Yeah, that's no brainer.
Because he's like the OG kind of like Rambo.
Yeah. Oh,
You know.
for sure.
Second movie character. I'm taking. Well, this is hard because I'm thinking of like movies that are like based on real people.
Right.
My second movie character. Fucking Indiana Jones? No, Han Solo. Yeah. Han Solo.
Okay.
Dude, he's like a fucking pirate.
Yeah, but you're not going to be able to fly anything in the Hunger Games. So a pilot is worthless to you.
Yeah, but like he's been with the shit though. He killed Greedo in that bar. You know?
Yeah, but you're not going to have a gun.
Oh, we don't have guns?
No.
They don't get weapons?
They have weapons, but they're all like swords and axes and bows and that kind of stuff.
Good. Fuck you. Good call. So I'm taking Maximus.
Maximus is a no-brainer. He is the ultimate tool there.
I'm taking Aragorn.
Aragorn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And then your real person.
My real person. I'm taking like Jocko Wilking or whatever. The dude that's always on Joe Rogan.
Oh, okay.
That like was in like the Navy SEALs and shit. Because we'll need like a tactician. To,
you need a fucking the brain.
Yeah.
Okay. First one, Katniss Everdeen. Duh.
I mean,
been there, done it. 2-time winner.
Does that count?
Leadership. She's hot as hell.
Okay. It's Hunger Games, not Naked and Afraid, brother.
It's Hunger Games, but also sex is a weapon.
Yeah, but she's on your team.
Yeah, she's on my team.
Okay.
Okay, so Katniss Everdeen. And then from there, fucking, you're so dumb. You're so dumb.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like you didn't take any magicians. Why wouldn't you be able to have magical powers?
It's the Hunger Games.
Yeah, there's nothing. But if it's like inside of you.
Okay, go ahead.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give me Gandalf.
Okay.
Give me Gandalf. So I got my like super wise. So now I need like the man of the land kind of scenario. Give me Bear Grylls. No?
Okay. No.
What? You gave such a face.
Because there's two types of people. There's the type of people that ride with Bear Grylls.
Uh-huh.
And then there's the type of people like myself that ride with Lee Stroud.
Okay.
Survivor Man.
Yeah.
So now I know you're a commercial phony.
Well, no, but Lee Stroud's a fucking piece of shit.
Is he?
Yeah, he's like a shit like dude to work with.
He's by himself in the woods. He takes his own cameras.
That's why he's by himself.
That's what I want.
No, I want the guy who can be
part of a team. Well, I mean, I don't want him enough. I didn't take him. So.
Right. I want a guy who can be a part of a team and then also help with some other shit.
Till it's nightfall.
Right.
And he's like, well, I'm going to the hotel. I'll be back in the morning, guys.
No, because Bear Grylls was like special forces or whatever, too, for England. So, like, he was an OG at some point.
That's fair. That's a solid team.
Yeah.
Whose team? I guess your team would be my team. You have a fucking wizard.
I have a wizard.
I thought you were going to take Wolverine.
Wolverine gets none of the people I picked make hasty decisions. Wolverine gets us in trouble quickly. He might be able to fight might come out worse for wear. Whereas, like, if we have Gandalf and Katniss and Bear Grylls, we're like sitting up in the trees, like, all right, let's make a fucking decision.
You know what would have been a good angle? Take like Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers. Like all they do is kill people and they don't die. And
you're just standing back there with your arms open on the hill, like, come get me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I also thought about General Grievous, but if he like runs low on batteries, it's over. What would be the most embarrassing way for you to die within the confines of your average day? So just regular Zach getting up, drinking his coffee in the morning from the Bucks, heading into the office, with his fancy new job,
Probably like dying on the toilet.
dying on the toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's probably everybody's normal answer, but let me spin zone this for you. Elvis died on the toilet. So
And
you
he
are
was a king.
and you're joining
was
some
a
good
king.
company that way.
Yes.
Yeah. And I don't think anyone who dies on the toilet, I think like everyone's like, huh, that's funny. But I don't think, because we all know that could happen to us. I don't think anybody's like taking the piss out of them for
Yeah.
a potty pun there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, if you're Jeff Bezos and you have died on the toilet, maybe that's a different scenario.
Yeah.
For me, it would be like jerking off.
Yeah.
Like that's just, you're like dead with a boner and like whatever you were looking at on your phone, you dirty bird, like the EMT has to like shut off your phone. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, hentai.
Have you seen that clip that's circulating now from Cash Cab, where it's like the guy, there's an older man in the back seat, and the question is like, this form of like Middle Eastern dye is used for like temporary tattoos, and the old guy's like, I know this one, it's hentai, and the Cash Cab guy's just like, it's like, no, it's hentai.
Cash Cab, underrated reality show we could have been on.
Yeah,
Underrated. Cash Cab was awesome.
it was.
When you got in, the lights would go on. It'd be cool.
Do you know who Mike Malice is?
Mm-mm.
He's like this I don't know, maybe he's right wing, but I think he's like a libertarian, but he's like on Rogan and shit. But he was on an episode of Cash Cab like
quiet.
before he was like, you know, famous
Somebody.
and shit.
Yeah.
It was really wild.
How'd
to
he
see.
do?
He did really well. I think they won.
Wow.
And they got to like the video bonus question at the end, and they just took the money, I think.
Smart.
Yeah.
Smart. Would you rather? This is another one I thought was good for you.
Okay.
Wear shorts every day or never wear socks again. So I think some people think this is like bad. Like they're like, oh no, I have to pick like the worser of two evils. I want both of them. Yeah. I never want to put pants or anything other than Crocs on again for the rest of my life, if possible.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that makes this difficult is like where we live.
Right.
You know, but if I lived somewhere where like the cold wasn't really going to be an option,
right,
I'd just wear. Oh, because if I wear shorts though, I wear like no-show socks, and they always like roll up under my.
Right.
But I mean, I could, if I choose like to never wear socks again, am I also able to wear shorts like when I want to?
I think so.
Oh yeah, then socks then.
Yeah, socks. Yeah. I think if we're choosing our climate, I hate socks. I think socks are evil. Like legitimately.
I mean, you're definitely like a sociopath if you sleep in socks.
Yeah.
That's like
that's a wild
it's a
thing.
red flag.
Unless you're trying to do the Ron Swanson, make yourself a steak and sleep in wet socks to fight off a hangover scenario. And you have to sleep in socks when you're like camping.
Oh, you do?
Oh yeah. Your feet get so cold, dude. You can't fuck with it. But I hate socks. I would never wear socks if possible. My feet obviously would be super fucking stinky, but like I'm assuming I'm now just a lone man in the woods with my dogs and like fuck it. So
yeah, I didn't wear socks yesterday when I got home.
It was bad.
The dogs were quite rank.
Yeah.
No.
My dogs were rank even with the socks. Okay. Would you rather your significant other be able to read your thoughts during sex or all the time except during sex?
The first.
Yeah, I think the first one's way easier.
Yeah.
Also, that would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't have to ask for anything. It just happens.
Yeah. Lucy Lou again? You're like, shut up. It's every fucking time.
Every time.
Get used to
Every time. Okay, this I don't know, and you might roll down and just show me it right now. So I don't know if this has already happened. If you had to get a lip tattoo, what would it say?
I don't have one.
Okay, I was like half in, half out that you would just pull down your lip and there would be something there.
Do you have one?
No.
What would it say?
What would it say?
I mean, it could literally say anything.
Yeah.
You know, when was
Yeah.
the last time you got a tattoo that meant? I mean, I don't know about you, but like the last like 10 haven't meant anything. So like,
Okay.
I would get one just for funsies.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's tough.
Maybe just fat.
Fat.
So it's a fat lip.
P-H-A-T.
Yeah. Yeah.
P-H-A-T. Fat
Yeah,
lip.
Fat lip.
Oh, that's all right. Then I'll get some 41.
Okay.
Stand next to each other. Oh, dude. Just got 4 more here. What is a little thing someone can do that automatically makes them a crazy person?
Well, we already said sleeping in socks.
Yeah.
Okay. You ever go to get coffee
Uh-huh.
and somebody buys your coffee that's in front of you in line, like in the drive-thru, like
Okay.
the pay it forward
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah.
Every time this happens, you get to the coffee and the person is like, "Hey, the people in front of you bought your coffee." Okay. 9 times out of 10 when this happens, they ask me, "Would you like to buy the coffee for the person behind you? Like
They're
keep the chain going."
Trying to do a hype train.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Fuck no. No. That's when I get asked that, I get so fucking mad because like it's like a fun thing for me. Like if I if I just do it,
Yeah.
it's not like a random act of kindness.
No,
like I'm being
yeah, you're kind
goated
of
into
forced
doing it.
into
And then
it.
it's not like
And what if the person behind you got the Frokba Mappa Data Latte and
Yeah.
it's like $17?
yeah, it's not worth it. And I mean it's just like fucking stupid because like
Yeah.
the idea is that like it's a treat for somebody. So if
Right.
we all keep doing it because
Right.
you like feel like you have to, it's like no, like leave me the fuck alone.
Right.
I'm getting my free drink,
Right.
and I'll do this eventually
Yeah.
to somebody else.
Yeah. So I think for me, like just looking at somebody's eyes, like it doesn't take them to do anything. You like if you're crazy, you have crazy eyes, and like it's pretty easy to fucking tell. Like all you gotta do is look at somebody, and you're like, "Whew,
Yeah.
what is going on over there?"
When somebody asks you if you have like a lighter, and you don't, and then they give you like attitude, that
Oh,
should
'cause they're
be
mad?
that should be like a punishable by death offense.
Oh man.
Like if you ask me for something, like, "Hey man, do you have a lighter?" And it's like, "No, I don't," and they're like, "Oh, okay, cool." Like, you just look like you smoke or something, and the conversation continues like
So I've never had anybody ask me for a lighter or a cigarette.
over.
Yeah. No.
Never. Never.
No. I've also never had anybody pay for my coffee.
Really?
Yeah.
You might just
I live
must
a pretty
give off bad vibes.
well. I live a very boring life, and I think if
I mean, like crackheads ask you for like lighters and shit.
Nope.
If you
Money.
look unapproachable to a crackhead,
Oh, I
there's
do.
there's an issue.
Oh, I do.
Yesterday you would have.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
a crackhead would have not.
You want to talk about things that you could do to make sure you're crazy? Is show up with a
If-
bucket hat and aviator.
If I would have seen you in public and had no idea who you were,
yeah.
I would have been like
What's going on with that
texting
guy?
my loved ones like, "Oh my god, this dude's about to bomb Duncan." Like, please, like my flight 93 let's roll text is going out.
Yeah.
Like
No, I was definitely. It was a fit yesterday for
it was.
sure.
It was.
It really was. Yeah, no, I don't think like there's like a bunch of like, especially because we're on the North Shore all the time, like people just standing in the middle of the road screaming and shit. So like, I see so much over the top crazy anymore that like little crazy is like harder for
Yeah.
me to like identify. But look in someone's eyes. It's
Another
pretty
one
easy.
is like when you meet somebody and they instantly like act like they know you.
Oh, I'm
Stay
a
the fuck-
hugger. The I'm a hugger person, and it's not like your it's not like your sibling bringing home the girlfriend boyfriend for the first time thing. It's just like you're like at a party with somebody and they're like, "Oh, this is my friend Shelly," and Shelly's a fucking hugger.
No.
Yeah, that's a crazy person. I agree with that. What is the title? I'm gonna save that one. What fictional character would you pick to be your college roommate?
fictional character to be my college roommate. I don't know, man.
Did you have a college roommate? I'm
No,
not. I don't mean to
commuted.
be a dickhead, but
No,
like
I commuted.
I figured because you lived in Moon and went to RMU.
Yeah.
My college roommate is still one of my, if not my best friend to this point in my life. I had a bunch of them, but my senior year, I lived with a man named Mike Bazowski, and he was just like he had moved in a week before me, and we'd met once before that. And when I got into our apartment, I opened up the fridge, and the only thing that was in there was a case of strawberries and a case of Bud Light. And I was like, I think we're gonna get along famously.
Oh yeah.
I was like, whatever. Like, that's my guy.
Yeah.
And he's been my guy since that day. Like, we just clicked immediately. So I need like the closest thing I can get to a Mike Bazowski, which is tough. So I need like kind of an outdoorsy guy who likes to go fishing, kind of a quiet guy, but a guy that like when it's time to fucking party, he's like sends it to a 10 every time.
Yeah.
I'm like racking my brain.
Do you have to graduate college?
Fuck no.
Okay.
Man, I don't know. Can I just pick Mike? He's like a real person. I wish Mike and I would have had more time together at college because we only had the 1 year.
Yeah.
And I was heavily dating, like was like really dating this one girl for the first semester. And then in the second semester, I met Anastasia, but like Anastasia wasn't around like the other girl was around. So like we partied a lot more the second semester than we did the first semester. But so I'm just going to pick Mike. I had the greatest college roommate ever, fictional or real.
I'm picking Ross Geller.
Oh my God. Then you get to be in that goofy band. You get to marry Monica.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Because he's like, I think he's like, he can get down.
Yeah.
But he's kind of like a nerdy dude.
Yeah.
So like we could chill, like we could drink, like talk about like crazy shit,
You know what? I'm picking Joey Tribbiani.
There you go. That makes sense.
I'm the Joey Tribbiani in 90% of the relationships I'm in, but like I'm picking Joey Tribbiani then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Final two. If you could pick a fake name, what would it be?
A fake name.
A fake name.
Just a first name?
I think you can do the whole thing. If you want to do the whole thing.
So I used to do this thing where we went whoever I was with, if we went out to a restaurant and I had to put the name in for a reservation, I would use a fake name.
Okay.
And I did this one time at like the hot dog shop because they're like, put your name in, But then that gets a little dicier because then you hand them like your debit card to pay, and there's a name on your card, So the one time I told them my name was Arsenio, like Arsenio Hall. And she was like, how do you spell that? And I was like, oh, fuck. So I just like winged it. But I was like, oh, shit, I never thought about that. Like, sometimes
you picked a fake name you didn't know how to spell.
Sometimes the names get a little crazy. And I was like, oh, shit. I don't even know how the fuck to spell that.
That's awesome. That's a great fucking story.
Yeah.
That's a great story.
I thought... I don't know what it had me fucking thinking about, like if I had to use like a pen name for something.
Yeah. Well, because the next question is, what's the title of your autobiography?
Okay. So my pen name would be Wesley Anderson Crawley.
Oh.
It's like Wes Anderson, Aleister Crowley, a little.
Yeah. So you're doing Satanism, but very dry.
Yeah.
Yeah, dry
a
Satanism.
lot pastel Satanism.
Yeah, pastel Satanism.
Easter Satanism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the title of the book?
Well, what's your pen name? Your assumed name.
Thomas Rex.
Fuck yeah.
T-Rex.
Fuck yeah.
That was my cousin wanted to name her oldest Thomas Rex because they're both family names. They were like Thomas was her husband's grandfather, and then Rex is a long-standing family name on our side. And like, she's like, yeah, Thomas Rex, no brainer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, T-Rex. And she's like, yup. And I'm like, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And I've always thought that would be really cool. So Thomas Rex.
Do you already know the name of your autobiography? Mine's kind of depressing, so
yours
I
is
don't
kind of depressing.
I don't want to go first.
Okay,
yeah.
well, you should go first then, and I'll bring it up.
I heard this like line in a song like within the last year, and I was like, oh, and it's it's like in the context, it's in regard to like something else, but kind of metaphorical, I think. But I think it's apropos. But be Wesley Anderson Crowley. I never meant to stay so long.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's really good, actually.
Yeah.
That's really good. Sounds like an Eagles song.
Yeah. It's actually it's from a Joe Newberry song.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Thomas Rex autobiography, The Happy Pessimist.
Ooh.
That is borrowed from Yvonne, who's the creator of Patagonia.
Okay.
He goes, yeah, I'm a pessimist, but I'm happy.
Yeah.
He's like happy, just being fucking miserable sometimes.
Well, that's it, and this might drag on, but fuck it, whatever. You guys are listening because you want to hear us talk anyway, so fuck you. My mom will get on me for this all the time, but like I intentionally, to an extent, am never optimistic.
Yes, same.
Because there's no point.
Same.
There's no point.
No point. I'd rather be battle ready for whatever the fuck is coming down the pike.
And I mean, is this not the fucking the crux of like the Pandora's box like fable?
Right.
Is that like hope is the worst thing that came out of the box?
Right.
So she's like, why aren't you like fucking optimistic? And I'm like, why? There's nothing good now to pretend that things might get better to make myself feel better. Only, like you said, to be battle ready. You know? So like,
That's
the happy pessimist is like
the happy
my Goldilocks zone.
Yeah, happy pessimist. And like there's something really sadistic, but like I like being right when shit hits the fan.
Oh yeah.
I like being the one that was like, uh-huh.
I'm a big I told you so. I'm a big I told you so guy.
I am too, and I hate it. Like, cuz it is hands down the worst personality trait I have.
Well, I think I said on here once that I'm never wrong.
Yeah.
So like,
but I'm wrong a lot.
There's ways to talk around it. There's ways to talk yourself out of being wrong.
But I with anything, whether it's work or life or whatever, if there is a problem, I rather be ready for the worst scenario, because then I already know how to maneuver it. Whereas I feel like so many people walk through life with their pants down. And like when somebody shoves a dildo up their ass, they're like, I didn't even think of that.
Right.
How do I respond to this? It's like I've already thought and tried shoving a dildo up my ass just to know how it goes.
Oh yeah. I'm not that battle ready. I'm not ready for it. Turns out I'm not ready for everything, guys. I thought I was, but that's why we're here. Maybe you weren't that prepared for life, and now you're like, oh shit. Oh shit, I never thought about that.
That took a turn on me. That took a turn on me. I don't know how I got there, but I did.
It happens, man. But you're prepared. You're more prepared than I am.
But that's where my brain is. I think is like I rather be locked and loaded for everything, and then like I feel this pretty genuinely that like you're in jail. Who's your first call thing?
Right.
I am that person for 90% of my friends.
Yeah.
They're like, I am fucked, and I need the what's Harvey Keitel character?
The wolf.
The wolf. I need the wolf, and that's me.
Yeah, I mean, and I think this about myself, and I've had conversations with people where like I might not be like a good person on the whole, but like I'm a great fucking friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
And I'm okay with that, because if I don't fucking know you, like you don't deserve anything from me. So
that's
kick rocks.
like there was a scenario a long time ago where like there was like a national crisis or something, and like I didn't, donate any money or do anything or volunteer or protest or whatever.
You don't have to. You were 11 years old when Katrina happened. You don't have to.
But like I
feel
can't
this
even
way.
remember. I was old enough that I could have done something like donated or been a part of it. I can't remember what it was.
Coney 2012.
Right, I did do that. Thanks, Justin. But then like in the same year, my buddy's girlfriend's house burnt down. She lost everything. And not to humble brag, but like I started a fund for her that she didn't know about.
Yeah.
And like we raised like $5,000 for her.
It's not bad.
So like it's not everything, but you know what I mean? Like I'd
Helps.
rather be that guy
Yeah.
than like the guy out there cleaning up the highway. Sorry, Todd Hammer. Didn't mean to take a shot at you there.
Hey.
Todd Hammer also would have started a $5,000 thing for you if you needed it. He's a sweetheart of a human. But
Well, that's the thing. I mean, the world is so vast with so many people. Like, so many terrible things happen all the fucking time. If you really like wanted to contribute on every little one, like you
Right.
wouldn't have time for your own fucking life.
well, and then also like I get into this a lot. Your therapist tells you to worry about the things you can control, right? That's something you've heard before. That's like a common piece of advice. Don't let the things that you can't control bother you, whatever. Worry about the things you can control. Well, I can control how my friends' lives are going.
Yeah.
I can help. I can add to that. So
Right.
I rather, double down on those people. And, 90% of the family I still talk to, I would do anything for. But like, outside of that, like there's people in my family that I don't talk to anymore. I don't ever plan on talking to again
Right.
because fuck them.
Yeah.
Like just because you're blood, you're not family. And that's how I see my friends, is their family. If
Yeah.
I've selected you to talk to you on a daily basis or weekly or whatever, and like I consider you a friend, we're tight.
Yeah. And to go back a little bit about the like optimism thing, is like if you were one of these optimistic, hopeful people,
Yeah.
just kind of like everything will end up all right.
Right.
For every time that it doesn't, you probably feel jaded. And then when something good does happen, you're like, finally, like I caught a break.
I don't
know
think
what I
they're
mean?
like that.
Well, they should be if they're fucking smart.
I think
know?
we're like that.
But
We're like,
but
finally, the fucking chips fell.
well, no, but I'm just saying if you're optimistic, like everything's gonna work out, but you're just like have that mentality, but not really doing anything to like ascertain that end. Things most likely aren't gonna work out. So when things do work out, but you've been expecting the last 10 to work out, and the last 9 and number 10 finally works out, it's like, well, finally, like something fucking happened. But if you're not expecting like anything good to happen, when random things that are great fall into place, like that's so much better.
Yeah.
Like that's such more of like a high of like,
yeah.
Oh my God, like I wasn't expecting this. Like, look at my life. Look at what I've done, what I have,
I think, though, in the same breath that The Happy Pessimist is the title of my autobiography, I think the happy part comes in very heavily because if there's something that's important to me,
Mhm.
I will do the legwork to make sure it goes well.
Yeah.
I will make sure that I don't have to put it up to chance. So, like, let's say I wanted to go camping this weekend, okay? And I just was like, fuck it, let's go camping. And it rains. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. But, like, if it is... right?
That's fair.
But if it's like I'm going for a week, it's this big trip. It's paid time off. Like, we're really making a run of it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to do the legwork that if it does rain, it doesn't ruin it.
Right.
That's
and
how
I think that's the difference between the happy pessimist and the optimist.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy pessimist is like, shit will hit the fan. What do I need to do to be prepared for that?
Yeah.
And the happy optimist doesn't bring the rain fly on the camping trip.
Right.
He's just out there open.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. All right. Well, that was a delightful episode
Yeah.
of A Great Depression.
We should answer the internet more often.
I think we can make it a fairly regular thing. Next episode, Pat Bruner, first official guest in AGD history, will be joining us. He opened up this cool little shop called Bankrupt Bodega in Bloomfield. It's a film shop where you can get rolls of film developed. You can buy cameras. You can buy film. He's also got his own line of repurposed vintage clothing where he goes and buys stuff that maybe is a little bit more tethered than your classic vintage resale market.
Right.
He brings it back to life in his own way by either selling patches onto it, fixing it, and then adding his own logos and patches, that kind of thing. Just a wildly interesting dude. He's had a million jobs and done a bunch of cool shit, and is a Great Depression guy for sure. So he will be joining us.
Better not come empty-handed. Walk up in my house with nothing.
Well, I can't guarantee anything.
JK. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be a really cool conversation and our first interview. So we'll see how that goes. And then you guys will let us know by listening whether or not you thought it was good.
We're going to make him eat animal dicks. He's going to show up and we're going to be like, Fear Factor. You didn't expect this.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Great.
So if you can,
and then we'll never
if you
have
know where
another
to find
guest.
animal dicks in 24 hours, because we're doing this on Tuesday. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you can get us animal dicks in 24 hours, just let us know.
DM Zach.
We'll meet you. DM Josh.
No,
DM
please
Josh.
don't DM Josh.
Actually, don't help us. We're not doing that.
Don't help Josh find dicks.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Josh already knows where they are.
I've already got
He's
him
battle
on my
ready.
ass.
So that's where they've been.
Oh, shit. All right. This has been a Great Depression. Thank you for tuning in. We are now in your brains.
volume in